Welcome to A Student of Leadership, a micro-podcast where leaders are made one habit at a time. Hosted by Rob Adams, a leadership veteran with 30 years of experience, this podcast explores key concepts that define exceptional leadership. Each episode delves into a powerful word or strategy, offering practical insights and real-world stories. Whether you're just starting out or an experienced executive, join Rob as he guides you in learning, growing, and leading with purpose.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to A Student of Leadership, powered by Unipro Foodservice and our Leadership Development Program. I'm Robert Adams, your host, and today, wherever you're listening from, your truck, your warehouse, your office, before the day gets busy, let's remember this. Leadership doesn't wait for perfect moments. It happens right where you are. This is the leadership table where leaders in the food industry come together to grow through real stories, real habits, and real connection. Because food brings people together and leadership keeps them together. Real leaders, real growth, and one table. Today's discussion is around talking about building resilient teams. How great leaders help their people recover, adapt, and grow stronger through challenges. In our world, pressure never really disappears, and especially in the food service industry. Trucks run late, products get shorted, customers pivot fast. The pace rarely slows down. But resilience isn't about pushing harder. It's about learning how to reset faster. There's a story that I have for you today that proves this very better than most that I could share with you, and it comes from Chipotle. I think most of you know Chipotle. And back in 2015, they faced one of the biggest public crises in the food service industry. It was about food safety failures, taken confidence, customers walking away in record numbers. Most companies in that position react with panic and pressure, demanding perfection overnight. But Chipotle's leadership took a different path. They retrained their teams store by store. They rebuilt their habits. They created new routines and conversations around safety, service, and trust. Their tone wasn't "get over it." It was "we'll rebuild trust one day, one store, one guest, one experience at a time." That's what real resilience looks like, everybody. Not ignoring the hit, naming it, learning from it, and guiding people through recovery. And it makes me think for a moment about what happens inside our own teams when things go wrong. Do we pause and help people reset, or do we just push them to move faster? Do our teams know how to recover, or are they left to figure it out all alone? What message do we send when we fall short? Blame or belief? In a recent McKinsey study, they found that teams who use structured recovery behaviors, not just grit, are 47% more likely to outperform their peers within months. That tells me that resilience isn't personality, it's leadership behavior, right to the core. Something we build on purpose. So how do you build it, is the question. How about starting with this? Name the hit. Acknowledge it out loud, saying, "Yeah, that was a rough start. Let's reset and go again." It gives your team permission to breathe, take a pause, reset themselves. Next, create a reset ritual. It can be very simple. A quick huddle question like, what do we need to clear before we move forward? And finally, recognize the bounce. When your team recovers after a tough moment, even a small one, call it out. Say, "That's there. That's right there." That's resilience, everybody. People repeat the behaviors their leaders notice. So here's your challenge this week. When something goes wrong, hit the pause button and say, "Let's do a reset." That's what resilient teams do. That one moment will shift your tone and your team will follow your example. Now, if someone came to mind while you're listening today, invite them to join the table, the leadership table. Send them this episode and say, this is the kind of leadership we're building here. Because leadership spreads one conversation at a time. I want you to remember that food gave us the roots. Leadership gave us purpose. Real leaders, real growth, one table. And next week, we're going to talk about inclusive leadership, how great leaders make sure every voice has a seat, and why belonging always beats burnout. Now, you know me, it's Robert Adams, your micro podcast, a student of leadership host, powered by Unipro Foodservice and our leadership program. And until next time, I will see you there. Take care, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Student of Leadership. Leadership is about who we become and how we help others grow. If you found value in this podcast, share it with a fellow leader and connect with Rob on LinkedIn or leave a review. New episodes drop weekly, so don't forget to subscribe to stay connected. Until next time, keep learning, growing, and leading with intention. Remember, great leaders are made one habit at a time. See you next time on A Student of Leadership.